Yo, what's good, guys? It's Churmander. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video, I've put months of thought into it, and so I made a pretty long PowerPoint. Uh, this is just going to be a long video, whether you like it or not. I have a lot of information to share, but if you're interested in or curious in how you might sell off your collection, this applies to just starting a business in general, but specifically Pokemon cards, if you're interested in Pokemon cards. But this applies to sports cards and selling shoes and just starting a business in general, because this is the whole I'm kind of sharing the process of how I got started, things I learned, the mistakes I made, and maybe some tips that might help you. So, but before we do that, let's share a little bit about my website that I made. It's This is a really cool link tree. That's the first thing I had to learn, was how to like get all your social media and different links into one. And there's different sites for that. So I made this website on Squarespace, and there's different variations or different platforms where you can create your own website. I actually paid money to create this website, but if you make a couple sales, you really make all the money back. So what I liked about it is it helps you to customize your own layout or display. I'm not sponsored by Squarespace or anything, but it took me a while to figure out how the links all work together, and getting the pictures up and pricing everything. So I'm gonna get into that. You can even slap on some videos here as well, and links to your Instagram. You should always have like a contact list so that people know how to contact you. That's pretty important. But again, making a website, I've never created a website before, so this was a learning experience for me. But yeah, I sell mystery boxes, PSA graded cards, booster boxes, ETBs, booster packs, sleeves, plushies, and miscellaneous. So if you were to pick on PSA cards, these are graded cards, and we're going to talk a little bit about graded cards in general, probably later on in the video. But as you can see, I not only priced everything, but I took pictures and I uploaded it up on this website. So, and then you can even like have subcategories like English and Japanese. Oh man, I think I'm going too in depth on this website. The idea is, okay, this Raichu got sold out. Let's use this Giovanni's Gyarados as an example. You can click that. It shows the picture clearly. And you can write more in the description. It says, hey, $170, you want to add it to your cart. You got links to my Instagram and to my YouTube. So if you want to look at boxes or sealed products, here's the stuff that I sell. Japanese booster boxes. Again, I could probably talk a long time about everything on my website. I also sell booster packs, sleeves, plushies. So it basically has what I think people would be interested in. I even sell vintage packs. My mystery boxes have done really well. So that's my website, churmander.com. Pretty easy to find. Paid for the domain name and everything like that. I tried to make everything Churmander, just Churmander, so it's easy to, my eBay. Let's go over my eBay. So this is my eBay store. I learned how to make different variations. So if you want a $350 mystery box, and it shows pictures of, hey, this is everything that I sell in my mystery box. So I'm going to be going over a lot of my experience in starting on eBay. I do this where it kind of helps people to link, hey, you want cheaper prices instead of the eBay fees and all that, then you can find me on Churmander.com. You always you can actually add pictures where it shows, so for instance, I'm selling this Umbreon for about $500. I pulled this beautiful Umbreon. I've had some offers, and you'll learn that eBay is kind of confusing. I'll be honest. There's a lot to learn, but then here I put a picture that puts my Instagram, Churmander, so you can find me if you want to just pay directly through PayPal, and that actually helps me as a seller. It saves me on fees, and also promotes your social media. So I think that's kind of smart to do. It's kind of a workaround eBay. Let's see. Let's take a look. We got some vintage booster packs. I sold a bunch of these recently. And let's see. A lot of these are PSA graded cards. I'm not gonna go through everything. I do sell like figures. Most of these are, I'm mostly selling Pokemon cards. Oh, some McDonald's promos. So I have a bunch of listings on here, and it took me a while to not only list the item, to take pictures of it, but to price everything, you know, what I thought is a fair price. And you have to look at comps and see what other people are selling at. Or I guess I could show you an example of, let's see. Let's take, that's a good example. Erica's Venusaur, 1998, $239 plus $5 shipping. So again, the whole shipping is a lot to learn. But let's type in Erica's Venusaur PSA 9. You actually want to put in Japanese. So this is how you might go about pricing some of your things. You go to advanced. You can see what people are selling it as well. I mean, okay, so this guy's selling it at $189, so he's much cheaper than me. So I'm actually, maybe I'm asking too much, but you go to sold listings, and you can see that, okay, one sold for $175 on June 14th. So maybe my prices are a little too high, and I need to bring my prices down. Here's what it sold on auction. Anyways, that's my eBay page. Let's see if I can yeah, so I have a bunch of good feedback, 5-star rating. I actually got top rated seller on eBay. You are going to run into some people who give you neutral or a negative feedback, and you can't please everyone. But overall, I think I sold about 163 transactions through eBay. You guys know my YouTube channel because you're probably watching this on YouTube. I actually was able to hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is pretty good considering I was nowhere near that a few months ago. Let's actually go over my Instagram. I do have a link to my PayPal. So this link tree is really helpful because it just kind of, you put this link tree everywhere and it kind of connects all your social media together. Remember, we are going to go through a PowerPoint after this. I just wanted to share some things on my Instagram. I started in mid-February, and I'm already at 5,744 followers. And I've done 400 some plus 439 posts, and I do like stories here and there. I do live streams, and so you can look through. Let's take a look at one of my, I guess, is this the stories? Can you actually open this up? And it shows my store. I actually did, I sold at a card store called From the Heart, and so this is me advertising it. And so what I do is I use social media to promote or advertise, hey, I'm going to be at this card store on, was it June 6th? You can find me there. And so this is me kind of not only self-promoting yourself, but showing and showcasing everyone else who follows you, hey, I sell Pokemon cards. If you're interested in buying Pokemon cards, this is how you can find me. And then I do a bunch of like promotional videos and throw in the music, try to make it entertaining. And so you're always advertising, not just entertaining, but you're advertising, hey, I sell Pokemon cards. If you're interested, shoot me a message on Instagram. And so I've done a bunch of different, over 400 something posts, and we do pack wars, live streams. I guess we can give you an example of a live stream that I've done. If you can see, I built this out of Legos. It's just kind of a creative display, and then I put packs here. If someone's interested in buying a pack, they shoot you a Venmo or PayPal. And
Metagross.
Let's see if we're ripping any cards for anyone. Sometimes it can be slow. Sometimes you're not always selling stuff. Sometimes you're just getting to know people. But you're basically there to sell Pokemon cards. That's Oh, I got my friend Max. Oh, I gotta do a
Really?
whole like
Wow.
a whole. I'm so grateful I met this guy named Max through Discord, and he's kind of been my financial advisor. He's been my Pokemon advisor in a sense. Like he tells me, hey, stop buying that, stop ripping stuff. You're losing money, or this is how he helps me price some of my cards. And Max, if you're watching this, I'm so grateful for you. And so,
And
um,
I'm just
make
waiting.
friends who know what they're talking about, and they'll help you out and support you, give you advice, and tell you when you're doing something wrong, and correct you. And it's just really helpful to have someone who knows what they're talking about. Um, Here's a customer. We did a pack war. We got a secret rare for my friend Travis, who also sells Pokemon cards. So it's about the community as well. It's definitely about meeting people, not just promoting yourself, but helping and supporting others as well. Let's see. This is a video from the card shop, I believe. I don't know if the sound's really going to be playing, but that's okay. Get slap on music, and this is me selling at the card store, and that was a really profitable day. For one day, I just sold about all my PSA graded cards, single cards, booster packs, ETBs, plushies. Just bring whatever you got, and luckily the store owner was nice enough to let me sell in his store without having to pay anything, which was awesome. And that really helps to build momentum, to let people meet you in person. I know COVID's a little crazy, but it seems to be dying down. So here again is me advertising. I'm going to be at the card store. Here's some things that I sell. Come check me out. Yada yada. But before I sold at the card store, I make some silly videos as well. I actually got an opportunity to sell at Pearl Ridge Mall, which is the closest mall to where I live. Here's a picture of my parents, my mom and my dad. Have a big sign that says Pokemon cards, and we got to display a bunch of Pokemon. Oh, here's some other stuff as well. Wait, let me go back. I want to show some pictures. So yeah, I'm teaching my dad about top loaders. Customers come in and out. Just looking at what you have, and you have to make sure everything is priced. Sometimes you got to be willing to come down on prices if people want to negotiate. Signs help. Just pricing things. So this is I set up tables, had boxes of just inventory that I wanted to sell off. I had comic books, figures, not just Pokemon stuff, but mostly Pokemon cards, Japanese. And here's my parents again. I'm really grateful for parents that was able to support and help me. Here's a picture of me. Keeping an eye on my product. We always have to have someone at the table, willing to help customers. Sometimes it was slow, sometimes no one was there, and sometimes you had like 10 to 15 people, no joke, asking you questions, and you have to. I bought one of those chips where you can slide through. Here's a picture of it when it was busy. The picture doesn't even encapsulate how many crowds would come, and you're in a conversation. Someone wants to buy something, and then I had that. I think it's called Square, where you can like charge things, and that helps because most people have a credit card. I accept Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, Cashworks as well. So you have to be willing to create these other platforms to accept money. That's also something you have to do. Let's see. So again, social media is huge in terms of promoting yourself, showing what you sell. I met this guy, Island Grown, and we did a trade. And he's a big time Pokemon streamer. So it was really kind of cool to meet him and trade some cards with him as well. Let's see, what else? Oh, I made some silly like lightsaber videos. Doesn't have to be Pokemon. What else do I want to show off? Yeah, let's see. So just showing off some cards, or customers who have bought from you. Um, Kind of sharing, here's what's in my mystery box. Again, it's just a bunch of booster packs. Trying to advertise yourself. This video is actually is pretty interesting. I had a guy create this video for me, and it's so fun to see the character in the Pokemon game, because we all relate to the Pokemon game. And hey, you want to buy this sleeve? Sure, $60. I thought that was pretty awesome. Oh gosh, we are not gonna get through this entire video. It's gonna be a long video. Anyways, let's move on. Yeah, I've been really connecting with some other friends that sell Pokemon cards, and they help me supply as well. See all these booster packs. Done some video games as well. I did receive fake Pokemon cards. That was an experience. I got refunded for it. I did get scammed as well. So you're gonna take some losses when you start a business. I think what I'll do is I will cut this into two different parts. So I guess I'll probably start the PowerPoint after, because there's just so much to show on my Instagram. So we sold at a card store, we sold at the mall, and we also sold at the swap meet. In Hawaii, we have a swap meet, and I tried that as well, where I got to take pictures, display all of my Pokemon product at the swap meet, and got to sell some cards there, and that's profitable as well. This card's worth a lot. I could potentially sell this card for $50,000 to $100,000. Isn't that crazy? Some of these cards are no joke, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. Crazy, right? So let's see. Yeah, vintage booster packs. What used to be $5-10 back in 1990, whatever, or 2000, are now worth $300, $400, $500. It's crazy. Let's see. Anything else I want to showcase on here? Yeah, I'm going to get into the shipping and mailing stuff out. You got to get used to how shipping works, the weight and dimensions, and the rules and the policies, and international shipping. Oh my gosh, that's a bit stressful. Oh, I promote my YouTube on here as well. Okay, I think that's pretty much good for my Instagram. Follow me on Instagram, Churmander, if you don't. So, we're on a roll. This is really the beginning of what I want to talk about. How to start a Pokemon card business. I wanted to get all that stuff out of the way, just to kind of showcase that I tried many different ways of how to sell Pokemon cards. Instagram, and we'll get into that topic later, but different platforms have different pros and cons. So, how to start a Pokemon card business. I feel like I'm doing some type of college presentation, because I made a PowerPoint for it. How I sold over 15,000 K in a month, and over 20K in 2 weeks. So I started in mid-February, working full-time, and a regular job, and I made $5,000 in a month. And I wasn't really trying. I was just posting some things on eBay, and I made $5,000 selling mystery boxes. And I was like, I think I'm onto something. What if I went full-time selling Pokemon cards? And I did have to, stop working full-time, and I focused. This side gig, this side hustle became my business. And so here's what worked for me. Sell whatever you got. Just sell it. It could be comic books, shoes, things you don't need. My mom has candles and albums and purses, and you can make stuff and sell it on Etsy, or picture frames. I don't know, you name it. Like, if you were to have like a garage sale, what are the things that you would sell? What is something that you might have collected that might be worth something? Stickers, stamps. I'm just trying to think. Like, I know my friend's mom decorates pillows and she can customize pillow art. Do whatever you think is that you enjoy and try to make a profit off of it. Let things go. And what I mean by that is you have to emotionally detach. I love Pokemon cards. I have so much Pokemon cards here. You know, you have to be willing to detach from the Pikachus and the Charizards, and as much as you love it, there's going to be a point where you have to sell off. Here's a CGC Ninetales. Oh, this is BGS Ninetales. PSA. So, and here's my CGC Ninetales, if you guys can see that up close. So those are the 3 grading companies, and I'm investing a lot of money. Quick story: PSA doubled their prices. They were getting too much. They're getting backlogged. They shut their doors. They're not accepting cards. They're going to open up later. BGS also raised their prices. They shut down temporarily. They're going to open up again. CGC is still open. Their prices were the lowest. And I was like, wow, I'm going to invest into grading my cards. That's a risk. I don't know if graded cards are going to be worth more, or maybe they could tank, but I believe that graded cards, it's getting your cards graded is a great investment. It increases the value. It keeps it safe. It tells people what the condition is. So that's where I'm putting a lot of my money in. But you have to be willing to let things go. You can't just hold on to it forever. If you're gonna hold on to your collection, you should not be starting a business trying to sell off your collection. Just work a regular 8 to 5 job or whatever it is, and you'll be fine. But here is my eBay sales. So 21,765 since I started in February, and that's just eBay. I think in March I made over 12,000 in sales. In March. So, and then I made a couple thousand through Instagram, Facebook Market, not just on eBay, but 12K in a month off of eBay, selling mystery boxes and Pokemon cards. It's possible. You just have to put the time into it. So let's really begin. I put a little tip, a couple, like maybe 20 tips, not a few tips, a lot of tips, and they might be a little bit out of order. I'm kind of a perfectionist. That's why it took me so long to make this PowerPoint. I was putting all these pictures, and I'm just gonna go with it. If I forget to say something, or if I stutter, who cares? Who cares? Like, I'll be surprised if someone's still watching right now. It starts with an idea, a belief, and this applies to a lot of things in life. An idea of, hey, I can turn Pokemon cards into money. I can sell off things I don't need around the house. I have Marvel and DC comic books, figures, things I collected over the years that I spent too much money on, to be honest. How can I let go of this, and has anything raised in value? Like, Pokemon cards are great because over time they raise in value. So unlike stocks, which is intangible, PSA graded cards, booster packs, it's tangible. It's something you can mail. It's something physical. And over time, over 5, 10, 20 years, the value of it has risen. You can pick any set in history, any Pokemon set, and to this day, it has risen in value. That's that's a conservative investment. If you have base set WotC Pokemon cards, you could make $20,000, 50. You can make $100,000 just by if you saved it sealed, or if you have first edition cards, for example, shadowless cards. You get it graded, make a profit off of it. A lot of us hoard our collection, and we say, "Oh, this card is worth $150." Yeah, it's worth that much, but what about the time, the work, the energy, of pricing it, putting it on eBay, shipping it? There's eBay fees. And so we all talk about the value, but how many of us have actually put in the thought and the work into selling off your collection. Starts with an idea that you can be successful and a belief, knowing that you can execute your plan. But it starts with a vision and a belief in yourself that you're capable of succeeding. This applies to working out. I feel like I'm preaching right now, but if you want a better job, you can get a better job if you put your mind to it. It starts with an idea, being creative, being innovative, and that's how I think that's where a business starts. Believe that you can succeed and reach your goals. You have the ability to create, blowing up an idea into reality. I'm just going to read through these. Visualization. These are just the things that I've just covered. Self-confidence. Stop doubting yourself. Oh, I don't know how to do this. I've never done that before. Who cares? Learn how to do it. Watch YouTube videos. Ask someone who's done it before. Grow in that confidence. Gain the experience. Get your feet wet. Just try it. Put your shoes on. When I say putting your shoes on, it sometimes I have a hard time exercising or going for a walk or a jog. The first step is putting your shoes on. You're committing to going outside and getting it done. Stop. This is the visualization part where you're brainstorming ideas, but eventually that has to start moving into action. Strategize. I made this entire PowerPoint just off of like a notebook, and I was just writing my ideas down. Yeah, that would be a good video, and just start taking notes. And how can you turn your collection, whatever it may be, into money? And do you want to reinvest that money into the hobby? Step number 2 is research. Research. If you don't know how much something is worth or how much something is valued, you're gonna undersell a lot of cards. You're gonna be, overpricing some things that aren't gonna sell. I've overpriced cards before because I want to make money, and people would be like, "Oh, how much is Shining Legends booster pack?" And you say it's $50. Ooh, never mind, that's too much, and they walk away. And you could say, "Oh, I sell it for $10. Oh, $10, and they buy it all up, and then you realize, oh, this was worth $35. You just lost income because you didn't put the time into researching the value. So, preparation, getting organized. YouTube videos help. You can learn anything on YouTube. A lot of information on YouTube. Writing things out is so important and so crucial because your mind can only hold so much. So if you have an idea, draw things out, write down stats or what sold or what you bought. Keep a track of what is going in and out. It's not easy. When you're making like hundreds of sales in a month, you have to keep track of your finances. There's write-offs and expenses, and it's hard to stay organized. Observing others. There's other people who have done this before. I'm not the first person to do this. I was actually inspired by a lot of YouTubers, inspired by some other people, streamers who sell Pokemon cards. And I was like, you know what? I have a pretty large collection. I think I can do this too. If they can do it, why can't I? If I can do it, why can't you? And so it starts with inspiration, an idea, research. Is this possible? Am I capable? And it's an experiment. Test it out. See what works. See what doesn't work. What do you enjoy collecting, investing, and selling? Again, I'm selling Pokemon cards. If you're interested in buying Pokemon cards, let me know. But some people sell tea. Some people sell comic books, Yu-Gi-Oh, video games, DVDs, Star Wars, Magic the Gathering, shoes is a big one. Pop Funkos is getting really popular right now. Remember Tsum Tsums or plushies, hats, books, Legos, DC, Marvel, Dragon Ball Z, and I put in Beanie Babies. If you guys remember Beanie Babies or like Pogs, remember everyone? I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember Pogs, but is there a market for it? just because you collect something does not necessarily mean it's profitable. People were buying up Beanie Babies, believing that their value would increase and it'd be worth a lot of money. And Beanie Babies Pogs, they're not worth anything. They're not worth that much. So you have to do your research, and like a lot of comic books, for instance, aren't worth. They might be worth $1, $2. But what happens if you get it graded, or what happens if it's a first copy of comic books? Then it can be profitable. What if it's a vintage video game? What if it's the first set of Yu-Gi-Oh? What if it's a signed autograph thing by the artist? So what if it's a limited item in Legos, or I don't know. What if you write a book and you just started selling your books? Or what if you made book covers? Or what if, there's all these different ideas. What do you enjoy collecting, investing in, and selling? It should be pretty obvious. And if you don't collect anything, that's fine. Do you make anything? Do you have any skill set? Is there a service that you could provide? You got to have some sort of creativity or some interest or passion or hobby, and you can create a business. Maybe you mow the lawn. Maybe you walk someone's dog. It could be anything. Step 4, diversify in and out of the hobby. So what do you offer? What do you have to offer? What might make you unique? I started with mystery boxes. I just felt like there was this need for quality mystery boxes, and not, a lot of people were getting ripped off with mystery boxes. I've bought Pokemon mystery boxes and I got horrible ones. So I started making quality mystery boxes with full of sealed product. It's also a good way to unload some of your inventory. So sealed products, booster boxes, ETBs, toys. Within Pokemon, there are books and graded cards and Japanese and vintage and plushies. It's so much. Even in the hobby, there's video games. So I guess I talk about that. Figures. So for each of these different subcategories, there are people who just sell graded cards. There are people who just sell plushies, who just sell figures. Are you able to get these items at MSRP or very low prices? Or how can you maybe even work with a distributor or get supply or inventory to make margins to resell some of these items? Because that's what I do in starting this business. I try to hit at least 20% margins. And sometimes you'll take losses, sometimes values decrease, but that's how you learn. So like, for instance, we'll take the McDonald's Pokemon cards. I bought 300 of them for $3 each. That's $900 for 300 packs of McDonald's Pokemon cards. And then from $3, I was selling them at $5, $6. Now they're worth $9 or $10 over time, and it's only been a few months. And they've risen so much. And I can make at least 50% margins. But then there's like the whole flashlight thing. And so I was like, oh, I don't think I want to invest in these. So I wanted to sell and move it as fast as possible. Here's some pictures of Tag Team GX All-Stars. This is a good example. This is a Japanese celebration, or like it's a special set. And they were selling for like $120. They went up to $140. These were a lot cheaper back in the day. Let's say you only invested in this product. Now they're worth over $220, $230. Within a month, it's risen over like $100. And that's just 1 month. Imagine 2-3 months, a year. This will hit $300, $500. So sometimes you want to hold on to a product until the value goes up. But you have to kind of have that knowledge. Figures and plushies I dabbled in, and it's really not that profitable because there's so much out there. There's Target, it was getting so crazy. Walmart was getting crazy where they actually stopped selling Pokemon products. But that's because sports is actually doing super well as well. So yeah, mystery boxes, just whatever you think is profitable, try it out. In creating a business, you're gonna need supplies. I bought this like thing for like streaming. I bought like this bright light. I bought boxes for my PSA graded cards. You're gonna need penny sleeves and top loaders, and you're gonna just need so much like top loaders inventory. I bought a new phone. Well, because my phone was dying, but you know, if you can't take good photos, you're gonna need some way to take good photos. Team bags, envelopes, tape. You're gonna need so much tape. You're gonna be shipping. I've shipped out over 200 plus orders in the past few months. You're gonna need boxes. So you got where you're gonna get your boxes from. What's the cheapest place you can get bubble mailers from? What kind of box or size of the box? What's the cheapest way you can ship it out and save the customer and yourself on the prices for shipping? Price tags, just small things. Business card really helps. I don't have a business card in front of me, but shucks, do I have a business card somewhere? There's my business card. I took a picture of it. It's on the PowerPoint. That's what my business card looks like. It's so helpful when you're starting a business to have a business card. How can I reach you? You have a business card? Oh no, what's your number? And then you gotta like write it down. That's just so unprofessional. You invest in a good business card, boom. Here's my YouTube, here's my Instagram, here's my Facebook, here's my phone number. You can reach me. And a good business card goes a long way. You stick it into your eBay orders. Thank you for purchasing from my eBay store. If you have any questions, you have any feedback, you want to do another order, here's how you can reach me. Business card. So important. I bought this other printer that prints out shipping labels, saves you on printing paper and ink. And so it's a good investment to have supplies. Anyways, we're going to move on. Just getting started. So similar to just putting your shoes on is just take action. Just try it out. Business accounts, like I had to make a business account on PayPal. Yeah, you might want to make a separate business bank account or checking to keep things organized. If you're really going to be creating a long-term successful business, you want to separate personal from business expenses. Start small. Oh, I started big. And I was just making like, I made 5,000 in that first month, and I was just like so busy, working full time, trying to make all these mystery boxes, staying up, I was getting so many orders every hour on eBay, and like I started way too big, too quickly. Start small. Do an order here and there. It helps you to learn until you're more confident to know what you're doing, to then kind of have your grand opening. Don't overthink. I overthink. I'm a perfectionist. Sometimes you just have to go with it. Like, as a perfectionist, you want to make sure everything is just right. You're wasting a lot of time. The more you overthink about it, you're wasting a lot of time. Sometimes it's good to strategize, don't get me wrong. You know, be smart, but sometimes we just get caught in just thinking and just in ideas. You have to be able to take action and make it happen. Get some income flowing. What I was doing was I was selling like vintage cards, just random like Pokemon cards, small orders on eBay, some bulk, just throwing some random bulk with it, and that helps you get positive feedback quickly, helps grow your reputation, so that you have, you know, people know that you're a legit seller. Feedback is really important if you're going to be going the eBay route. Get a system down. We're going to get into that later, but yeah, having a place for everything, just knowing, okay, I check my messages, I print out the shipping label, I get the inventory in the box, or how you organize is really important. Be willing to learn. Again, there's a lot of things I still don't know. Things that you're kind of fumbling your way through. Shipping is one of them. There's a lot of different shipping boxes, and what's the most profitable way or to keep the costs down? Where do you buy your inventory? Be willing to learn how to do like live streams. Be willing to learn how to use Twitch or social media, eBay. Um, there's a lot of things I just did not know that I needed to learn. How to build a website. Uh, what else did I have to learn? Creating a LCC, limited. Is it LLC? I think it's LLC, limited liability company, not LCC. That's a college, Leeward Community College. That I'm thinking about. LLC, general license, EIN. Even to do a swap meet, you need a general license. It's just there's all these rules and things that if you're going to be creating a business, you need to learn how in your state what are the rules and regulations to starting a business. Organize, organize, organize. If you look at my room right now, it could use some organization because I have a lot of inventory. Where's my Japanese booster boxes? Oh, where's that PSA graded card? What box is it in? Where is it in a different room? I just saw it. Where's my tape? You know, if you don't have everything organized, you're going to be wasting time. If you can tidy up, put things together, knowing your prices, you're going to save yourself a lot of time. The more messy and sloppy and disorganized you are, you're just making it harder for yourself. Spend some time to just clean up, organize. Like cards, like if you don't, cards can get really messy and it can get all over the place and there's rubbish and you don't know where anything is. Take the time to organize. Analyze what is selling and what doesn't. Sometimes I invest into different sets or products or like things that weren't selling. That's how you learn. Stop buying that and invest in, ooh, this set is really hot right now. Everyone wants EV Heroes. That's what's selling. I should put more money into that. PSA cards are selling. I should invest more into grading my cards. I say quality plus efficiency. So when you sell a product, there's a big difference when you receive something that isn't protected, isn't isn't packaged safely. So you want to have quality, you want to be efficient, you want to be timely. Yeah. Anyways, we'll move on. Research prices. I know we've talked about this earlier, but appraising your item, your collection, your binder, whatever you have or sell, whether you sell something at $15 or $20 makes a big difference. You could lose a lot of money. You could make more money, or you could be asking too much and not getting sales. So you have to know, let's say you're selling an ETB or a booster box. What are other people selling it for? What is it valued at? Where's the cheapest place you can get the item? And so you have to maximize your profits and also just learn how to just sell things, to liquidate things. Look at previous listings that I went over on eBay. TCG Player, eBay Macari, Pokemon Price, PSA Pop Report. People ask, how do you price your cards? I mostly just use eBay. That's what I mostly look at. But you can look at TCG Player, etc. Ask people for help. Sometimes you have so much work, and that's where my friend Max helped me. And I was like, Max, can you just please help me like price this stuff? Sometimes it helps to have friends in the hobby that are there to support you, back you up, give you some wisdom. This is actually from PSA Pop or Pokemon Price, and look where like I think this is base set booster box, and it was like what $5,000 to $10,000 for a long time. Then boom, what is this? April 2020, Logan Paul stuff started happening. Look at October, it shot up to like 60 something thousand dollars. That's 50,000 increase. This is where the market was staying, and this applies to like first edition cards. Almost every set was down here, and then boom, hype. The question is, are we in a bubble where things kind of start to go down, or will it crash? I don't think it's going to crash. but it's definitely going to dip. People are going to be leaving the hobby. That's okay. COVID's a factor, but eventually, I think in the long run, Pokemon cards have a track history of increasing just because you can't get some of the vintage stuff anymore. Eventually, what's modern now will become semi-vintage, and getting your cards graded, I think, is probably the best investment. Look, PSA and BGS and CGC, they all raised their prices. They're asking for more money. So I think it was smart of me to invest a lot of money into grading. If you could pay $15 to get this graded compared to 25 or 30, wouldn't you pay it get as many cards as you can graded for the cheaper price? Getting a card slabbed has so much benefit. Again, tells you the condition, tells you the subgrades. I think CGC is going to do well in the future, so I'm investing in not only in graded cards but in a certain company. PSA is going to do well over time. They're still the king of Pokemon, but I'm investing in CGC. I think that they know what they're doing, and I like their work. I like their quality. I like the aesthetics. eBay stats and sales. Like I mentioned, I sold over 21,000. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. $21,895 since I started in February. Again, March 2021, I sold over 12,000 just on eBay. My goal in March was to make 10,000. My goal in March was to make 10,000 just selling Pokemon cards. Sell. I ended up making over 15,000 in that month. But you have to have a goal. You have to have a number that you want to strive for. I thought, okay, even if I don't hit 10,000, maybe I'll make 7 or 8,000. That's still good. My goal was 10,000. I over exceeded that goal and made 15,000 in March. How do you continue that? Can you make 20,000 in April? I think I made, like I said, I think I made 20,000 in like under 2 weeks. 20K in 2 weeks. That's in sales. That's gross profit. That's not net. Although, that 10,000 actually came from selling vintage packs. So, out of that 20,000, I think I want to say 13,000 was profit out of that 20,000 that I sold. But that was a rare exception. I was able to sell at the mall in a card store, and at the mall I think I sold about 3,000 a day. I was there for the weekend. Anyways, eBay. One of the things about eBay, even though it's the largest marketplace for Pokemon cards, they take 19.4% out of my sales. So even though I sold 21,000, I really only net 16,000. There's a lot of shipping fees, hidden fees, promotional fees. I sold 163 items, 132 transactions. Became one of the top rated sellers on eBay. That helps you to get some discount back, but there's certain regulations like 1 day handling time, 30-day return, offering 30-day return. Gosh, this is so much. We're not even halfway there. There's 20 steps, so I'm gonna just keep pumping through it. Take good pictures. Sometimes people want to see the back of a card, and sometimes it's sleeved, or sometimes it's you're not able to see the condition of the card. That's why I think graded cards are really nice, because it says, hey, this is a 9.5. You can't argue that. It's a well-known company, and that's why I like to sell graded cards. You don't even have to take a picture of the back, but if you're grading I have a loose card somewhere. If you're grading a loose card, people want to see the back of the card. This is a Glade EX semi-vintage card. Okay, what about the corners, and is there whitening, and the centering of the card? How's the surface of it? And if it's loose, you can't really tell. That's why I think grading your cards is smart. Having good lighting, background, presentation. Take good pictures, because how else are you going to advertise your stuff? What items do you have for sale? You have to be able to display your items. It's important. What platform do you want to use to sell? This is huge. I tried to dabble in a little bit of everything. I'll just read through some of the options. In person is probably the best. You don't have to pay like as much taxes if it's like in cash. In person, you're able to unload bigger items. You don't have to deal with shipping or fees. If you can do in person, like a swap meet, I think that's one of the best ways to go of letting go your items. But me being in Hawaii, I feel like I can reach the whole nation by being on eBay. So eBay is a huge one. You can unload a lot of things off of eBay, but there's auctions and whatnot. But eBay, again, takes the fees, and you're also competing against other people selling the same product. So do you have something that's unique? Are you paying the extra promotional fees? eBay itself is, again, a little complicated sometimes. There's Mercari, which is a little simpler. It's more simple. Simpler. It's more simple to use and post on Mercari, although I feel like more people look for Pokemon cards on eBay, but Mercari is doing really well. It's booming. Check Mercari out. Even if you just want to buy cards or sell some cards, you can post things quickly. You get a large audience for it, but again, they do take fees as well. TCG Player, a lot of people are into playing the Pokemon card game, Pokemon TCG. If they're just looking for light play cards, like you don't even have to post pictures, you can just use stock photos. It tells you what the market price is going for right now. TCG Player is really useful for single cards. Amazon, not so much, but I do know people who do sell sealed product on Amazon. I have not tried Amazon. I know you can use like Amazon.jp, which is Japanese Amazon. Amazon is for anything else, I like Amazon over eBay. I just feel like it's a little more reliable. But for Pokemon cards, I do recommend eBay over Amazon. You should look up Pokemon cards on Amazon, because people forget to look on Amazon. Instagram, huge. I do a lot of my trades or sales through Instagram by people who DM me and say, hey, I'm interested in that booster pack. I'm interested in your sealed product or that PSA card. How much are you selling it for? And then I link them my website. Boom, check out my website. Or I say, hey, that's worth $50. You could send me through PayPal, and it's like $5 shipping. And so if they don't have PayPal, maybe Venmo. So that way you save on the eBay fees. That's the main positive to working around eBay and doing social media, Facebook Market, and meeting people in person. They're giving you $100 or, whatever it is in person, the cash, and you're giving them the product. You don't have to ship it. If you can do it in person, that helps. But Facebook Market, there's some people who just waste your time. They're just shopping around. It takes time to respond to everyone. Sometimes they flake on you. It can be a little sketchy. It's probably the new Craigslist, in my opinion. Facebook Market, if you're like in a really good city as well, a populated city, sometimes it really helps to just do some in-person trades. But you're taking your time to leave your house, meet someone, find them, wait for them if they're running late. It takes time. But I do think Facebook Market is worth it in the long run. Personal website, Churmander.com. Again, check out Churmander.com. Make your own website. It shows that, hey, I'm not just a casual seller. Like, I am creating a business around this, and here's all my products that I have to sell. It takes a lot of maintenance to run a website. If you're out of stock, or are you listing new items, or how are you getting traffic to your website? How are you promoting the website? I still have some issues with the website in regards to like the shipping and the weight and all of that. But yeah, a website is a good idea. Storefront, my friend and I were thinking about opening up a storefront, buying, paying for overhead in a marketplace to, where there's a lot of foot traffic. And the thing is that they wanted someone to be selling there 6 out of 7 days from like 10 to 6 p.m. I was like, man, that's like 6 days, like 8 hours a day, sitting down at your store waiting for people to walk by. And I can see that it would be profitable, but that's a big commitment if you're going to be opening up a storefront. I don't recommend it if you're just trying to sell off your collection. I would not recommend it. But the plus is you could get a distributor and get low prices. You could get a lot of foot traffic, especially if you're in a good location. It could definitely be profitable, but there's also some expenses. Yeah. Anyways, Whatnot is one of the newest apps that I think is going to be really good for Pokemon cards, sports cards. It's basically a way you can auction something off really quickly. Let's say, again, we'll use this CGC Ninetales as an example. 1 minute left, it comes down to 10 seconds. Someone bids, you get 10 more seconds. Someone bids, it raises another 10 seconds. 50 people might be watching. You're showcasing the card. This is a Hidden Fates Ninetales 9.5, and then when the auction ends, okay, it's sold for $120, and you do the shipping. I think Whatnot is gonna be very useful for selling off items quickly. Is there a risk that this card that's $120 might sell for $50? Yeah, that's a possible risk. But I think when so many people and viewers are watching it, they know that $50 is very low, and that's a steal. So the price for it kind of keeps going up until it really does hit the normal value for it, and sometimes even above. So I think it's worth checking out Whatnot. Shopify. I heard you can link Shopify to eBay. I haven't tried it. Etsy is good for if you create some items. I just feel like more older women, maybe younger women, use Etsy. It's more creative. Necklaces and plants and arts and crafts stuff. If you're into that stuff, you might want to try Etsy, as if you can customize something, make custom Pokemon cards. I don't know. Craigslist, I don't recommend. Once in a while, it's okay to check it out, but they have not updated their website. They're going downhill. Facebook Market is better than Craigslist. But again, you might find someone who is selling something cheap, and you might be able to get it. But be careful. It feels a little sketchy. That's all I'm saying. Again, I got some of my greatest deals off Craigslist. People who don't know Pokemon cards. Yeah, I'll sell this binder for $100. In that binder could be vintage Pokemon cards. You never know. Discord. I don't use Discord too much, but it's a way to connect with people. I think I'm talking too much about this. Find a platform that works for you. Use multiple platforms. Use social media. Social media is one of the best ways you can promote and advertise your business, your brand. Social media is not just a way of entertaining now. It's like, let's say you design clothes. Let's say you make your own logos, or you have a service you provide. Promote it on social media. Personality counts for a lot if you're doing live streams or Twitch. Video editing takes a long time. It takes a long time putting the music and all of that together. Is my music still going? Oh my gosh. It is still going. Okay, good. Engage with audience and the target population. So who are you trying to reach? What platform might they be using? I noticed the younger audience tends to use TikTok and Snapchat more, while the older millennials tend to use Instagram a lot. I don't know. That's just me. direct to links to eBay website, etc. So that's again my link tree is always put your links to your YouTube and your Instagram or whatever. Show what you're selling. Again, good pictures, display it. Here's what I'm selling. I'm selling we got EV Heroes, $7. We got Miracle Twins, $5. We got Remix Bout, $5. You want to buy Pokemon cards? You know, shoot me a DM. And so you got to be able to display and advertise, market it. Again, power of social media, even Reddit too, as well. Okay, moving on. Sell. Detach from stuff. Be able to let things go. I'm one of the collectors who, like, when I see a Pokemon card, let me grab Pokemon cards. I have like tons of PSA slabs. Ah, it's a Pikachu. I love Pikachu. I'm never gonna sell this. Okay, there's some cards you can hold on to, but maybe it's best that, okay, this Inteleon, I'm not attached to it. If you can make $50 by selling this slab, maybe you should turn it into money rather than hoarding it, keeping it in a box that isn't doing it any. You're not even appreciating the card. You don't love the card so much. Why don't you sell it for profit? Get rid of it. Let it go. Keep track of expenses and profits, meaning document. Oh, I sold this mystery box for $350 on Tuesday, and you know, here's the shipping costs. Here's what the box costs. Here's my inventory. Keep track of it. If you don't keep track of stuff, it's really hard to know how much you're profiting and how much you're spending. Invest money back in the hobby. Be smart. If you're going to be doing a long-term business, you're going to need to resupply your inventory. Make smart purchases. Buy things low, sell high. I think I write that there. Buy low, sell high. Sharpen your strategy. What is working? How can I do it better? What can I do? What can I implement to make this work better? What's going to draw more attention? How can I increase the value or the quality of my mystery box? Do I need to you know, what platform? Just strategize, collaborate, try different avenues, see what works. What sells and what doesn't? I think we talked about that earlier. Liquidate what you don't need. Again, it's like a garage sale. Sell off. Like, I have so many Marvel and DC figures that I bought growing up that I don't need all these Batmans and Spider-Mans. They just stay in a box. If you can make $20 by selling the figures, make $20. Do it. Like, liquidate it. You don't need it. Sell, buy, hold, invest. Holding and investing is kind of the same thing. There is certain items that you should hold on to over time. I'm investing in certain products and in certain cards. I know that in 10, 20 years, the value for it will be worth holding on to. But for the most part, sell off the stuff you don't need. Just sell it. Just sell it. Get the money now. You can use that money to reinvest or to put into other things. People hoard sealed product too much sometimes. You got to be able to sell. It takes a lot of work to sell. Manage your buying expenses. Reevaluate. I take this picture of this girl meditating. I mean, as this, what do you call these things? Clip art. I put this clip art of someone meditating because I was actually getting my haircut recently, and I was just sitting in the chair, kind of like zoning out, but like contemplating, thinking, strategizing. What do I need to work on when I get home? What do I need to prioritize? You know, what do I have to get done? And write that stuff down. Assess what's working. Learn from your mistakes. Where am I getting more sales? Again, I did this thing where I tried to, you know, sell in person, Facebook Market, Instagram, eBay. What's really working and what's not? And I think all those different avenues do work. Is there any avenue that I should focus more on? And that's That's what I'm saying is, I wasn't making a lot of eBay sales for a while because I wasn't focusing on posting new things. Um, Improve packaging and shipping, how you tape things up, keep it safe. Um, is it presentable? I actually shipped a mystery box to the wrong zip code and I lost the mystery box. That's a $200 loss. I made a mistake and now I'm much more careful when I'm making my own shipping labels and I'm typing in the address. You type in the wrong address, you're gonna lose your money. You have to refund people. Review your review your people, product, and process. This is a Marcus Lemonis business slogan or motto. People, product, and process. Good relationships with people go a long way. You need to be able to trust people. You need to be a trustworthy seller. Build rapport. What product are you selling? Is it weighed? Is it authentic? Is it fake Pokemon cards? Is it um, you know, you have to be able to display and advertise the product well. And the more you do, just the more you do straight business with people, the more that you'll get returning customers coming back for you because they know that you're reliable and you're respectful and honest. And when you say you're going to be getting 10 booster packs, you get 10 booster packs and maybe even then some as a thank you or whatever. But let's say you say, yeah, I'll send you 10 booster packs and you send them 8 booster packs. You are not going to get their business again. Especially if you're doing trades not through eBay and there's no middleman. So if you're going to be doing trades through Facebook Market, Instagram, or whatever, make sure you follow through with what you say you're going to be delivering on. Priority, structure, time management. Again, it's all in the mind. Your vision, your ideas, your goals, your plan. What steps do you need to take to make it work? Who do you need to talk to? What do you need to learn? What's going to help decrease some of the expenses? What's going to increase profit margins? How can you get more organized? Write that stuff down. Contemplate, strategize. Okay, moving on. Community. I've already touched on this before, but the why it's so important to build positive relationships with people is because remember when Pokemon Go was going? I mean, Pokemon Go is still a big thing, but Pokemon connects people. Pokemon cards, it connects people. There's a joy to it. It's nostalgic. I would talk to complete strangers when I was playing Pokemon Go. When I hear people talking about the Pokemon game, walking around, and like I instantly know like I can make friends with them because we share a common interest. We love Pokemon. And so you talk about it, you get to know them, you learn their background, you learn what worked for them, you hear their experience, you create friendships. And community is more important than a lot of things in life. And if you're just doing a business by yourself, just for the profits, and you don't have any respect or passion for the hobby, and you don't treat others well, then I don't know what to say. That's just not right. It's about doing clean and honest business with others. If you're dishonest, untrustworthy, you scam people, and you show disrespect and you start, it's just you don't need that. You don't need people attacking your business, throwing shade on what you're doing. So you need to make sure, again, that you build positive rapport, be friendly, be kind, be patient, listen to what others, have to say. If they have questions, help them out. Again, like, you ever walk into those stores and you just have someone who just says, hey, how are you doing today? Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Like, it's just so polite, and it's customer service at the end of the day. And you can create lifelong friendships through this as well. Ask for advice. There are people that I talk to like, hey, should I sell this for this price? Or, hey, is this a good deal? Should I buy this? You know, surround yourself with people who are educated, and it helps to get the opinions of others. At the end of the day, you also have to trust your gut as well. Um, yeah, that's why again, social media. Do your best to just be a people person. Um, yeah, moving on. Rinse and repeat. Rise and grind. Refinement. It's about editing. I think of bowling a lot. When I was in bowling, you would roll the ball and oh, it curved way too much to the left. I need to adjust. Maybe step over to the left a little bit more, or how my stroke is. Where am I aiming? Where are my eyes? Where's my focus? What do I need to adjust? And what am I doing well? Okay, that was a strike. I need to just replicate that again. What did I do right? Think of a golf swing. What you have to just be able to repeat that. Okay, boom. I can just need to make sure I'm doing this again. If something is off, if you guttered ball, you learn from it. You try something different. Don't get distracted. Stay focused. Again, it's easy to get distracted. Easy. Other things in life get in the way. If you're creating your own business, the more time you put into it, the more results you'll get. The more you invest into it and deposit the time, the work, the energy, the thought, the more results and the better outcome you'll get. Implement new ideas. Again, learn from others. Be creative. Try something new. It might draw more people and more traffic to your business. Write down your goals. I have a goal of hitting $10,000 a month. I know that's you know, it sounds like a lot. I was only making like 3-4 thousand in my other job, and I was like, wow, I can really make this more successful. There's a quote that says, "Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, you land upon the stars." It's okay to not hit your goals all the time, but you need to try your best to achieve that, and that applies to other things in life as well. Write down your goals in life, who you want to be, your health, all those things, your business. What do you want to accomplish today? Your short-term goal. What do I need to do to be successful today? Communicate with your customers. Again, that kind of goes back to my previous slide. Communication is important. Here's the tracking number. Got your payment. It should be arriving within this week. Thank you for your order. You know, grind. Every day is a grind. Do what it takes to be successful. Believe in yourself. Have self-confidence. You can make it work. Look at me, man. I'm a goofball, and I somehow was able to turn this into a profitable business. There's still things I'm learning. There's mistakes that I made, but I'm pushing through it. Got to make more sales. Got to put more time and work and effort into it, and it's going to be profitable. Again, more thought, effort, innovation, and creativity equal results over money, which is what we're trying to make in a business. Holistic health. This kind of steps away from Pokemon stuff, but what you eat and drink, and whether you exercise or not, whether you get enough sleep, whether you do meditation, affirmations, you have a healthy mindset, healthy physical body, healthy friendships, relationships, that all plays into the psyche of the success of your business. Because you wake up groggy, you know, let's say you're too stressed out, you're burnt out, you're overwhelmed. I've been there. You're not very effective at what you're doing. You need a clear and focused mind and energy to put into the business. So you have to take care of yourself first. This applies to any job. And if you can't take care of yourself first, you're not going to be effective. You can't execute on your goals because you need to take care of your basic needs of your family, and you know, finances. It just, if you're not right with yourself and with God and other people, it's a distraction, and it causes turmoil, and your mind is not in the right place, and you're not going to do well in the business if you're just unfocused and lacking in a certain sphere of health. So holistic health applies to all things, spirituality, and having God to provide and empower that strength and that motivation and inspiration to push you forward, and having the support of friends and family. Let's say you get into a fight with a friend that affects you emotionally. I don't feel like doing anything today. I'm gonna stay in bed. I'm depressed, and you're not, and then you just start to like spiral. It's not healthy. You have to take care of yourself in order for you to be successful in anything in life. Okay, time management. Again, how you spend your time. Do you have a schedule? What do you do on, when do you go to the post office? When do you respond to customers? When do you do your live streams? Do you have a schedule? When do you package up your items? When, how do you, it's all organization, management of the self. Do you have a routine? So yeah, filling orders and advertising. Sometimes I just put an hour into advertising, make a YouTube video, put a post that you're selling something. It all adds up. And what I like about creating your own business is that I don't have to be somewhere at 7 in the morning. I don't have a meeting that I have to be somewhere, but it's on you. Whether you wake up early or late, that's time that you could be using. Even if you watch like a couple movies, okay, it's okay to relax and chill, but those 2 hours you could be investing into the business, organizing, strategizing, advertising, making sales. So yeah, I know that I'm kind of getting all over the place, but these are just some tips that have really helped me, and this is kind of what I've been thinking about in the past few months. And it's okay to take time for yourself. It's okay to de-stress. It's okay to not always be go, 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 but you have to be, you got to put that gas in the tank. You have to be willing to put in the time and the investment to make the business work. And that includes letting go of a lot of your possessions and just sell it off. Sell. Even if you take losses, that you're gonna take losses in any business. You learn from it, you move on, and you keep selling. Time is money. What you put in is what you get out. So what I do like about creating your own business is that you don't have a boss on your back telling you what to do, and you're your own boss. So you want to spend 2 hours playing a video game? Okay, that's, again, 2 hours you could be putting into your own business, making money. And you're the only person to blame if you can't make it successful. You have no one else to blame. So it's all on you. And sometimes, you got to give yourself grace. You don't be too critical on yourself, but, are you putting in the time and the work to make it happen? Revisit your goals, track your progress, reward yourself. Reward yourself. Usually that's with food. When I make a big sale through Facebook Market, or I meet someone locally, make a couple $100. Tonight we're gonna eat good. Buy some chicken, buy some pizza, remember to treat yourself. Yeah. Remind yourself of your priorities. Again, there was a while where I was focusing just on editing YouTube videos, and my friend was like, you gotta get your priorities straight. You gotta be listing things on eBay. You should be appraising your items. You should be listing, on Facebook or Instagram, or You gotta be making more sales. Right now, you're editing videos that no one watches. What are you doing? Putting time into YouTube, you know? It's not as of a priority. You have a event coming up. You should be prepared, ready for that, you know? Remind yourself your priorities too. Like, your business is very important, but don't forget your relationship with God, yourself, and others, your health. Don't neglect other areas of your life. Continue to create and be innovative. I'm a very creative person. I try to just, try something new. Like, I made this display things out of Legos for my PSA cards. Like, I couldn't find like really good displays for my cards, and I was like, wow, there's actually people who are interested in buying my Lego displays. I can make profit off of that. Try something new. You don't have to copy someone else. Be consistent in not only tracking your goals, but like if you make a new goal, think of like a New Year's resolution, not revolution. New Year's resolution. The first 2 weeks, you might be focused. What happens when February, March, April comes in? Are you still that motivated? Are you still that consistent to that goal that you started back in January? Stay consistent. Grind. Motivate, inspire yourself. Have the self-discipline and self-control to do the hard work, even if you don't feel like doing it. Stay consistent. Invest in yourself, and over time, you will see the rewards, the results of that consistency. Ethics. This kind of applies to some of the other slides. I know it repeats, it's a little redundant, but be respectful, have integrity, be honest, send out things promptly. If you say, hey, I'm going to throw in this extra card, or hey, I'm going to get this out to you by Monday, make sure you do what you say you're going to do. Don't cut corners. Don't slack off. You could send a card without a top loader and get away with it, but protect the card. Like, make sure I go above and beyond, go the extra mile. I think that's the next slide, is to go the extra mile. But package things safely, even if you're spending a couple dollars more to use a bigger box, or protect something in a bubble mailer, or put a sleeve or something over something. Just make sure you do a quality job, because I think that counts for a lot in the long run. Maintain high professionalism and quality. Consider asking for feedback. See, the customers can give you feedback like, oh, this wasn't presented well. I thought it was going to be packaged a little differently, or I thought there was going to be more of this. And you can't please everyone, but it's good to hear feedback and what's working and what you can change. Go the extra mile. I have pictures of Rock Lee, Vegeta. My Hero Academia says go beyond plus ultra. Go beyond your limitations. Train like Rock Lee and Vegeta to like be aggressive in what you want to accomplish. I'm inspired by some of these animes where there's a point where they feel weak, defeated, and yet they're able to rise above the challenges. There's going to be complications, and you need to push through it, push past anything that's holding you back. Express gratitude, have positive rapport, don't stress, take time to enjoy the work that you do. If you don't love the hobby, then you're in the wrong hobby. You should be knowledgeable in what you're selling. Have fun with it, and hopefully, you not only do you do better in your business, but you become a better person, and you grow in your own self-development as well, and make some friendships along the way. So have fun with your business, like stay organized, treat others with respect, give a little bit of extra Pokemon cards. Like, I've given stuff for free, And sometimes it can be a loss, but at the same time, it's a reminder that Pokemon cards can also be a gift of joy to make someone smile. You give them a plushie, you give them a extra free item. Wow, they weren't expecting that. I like this Churmander guy. I want to buy from him again. Or I know that, I can always, he communicates well and that he's going to follow through and even give me more than I thought I was expecting. That's how you get return customers. That's how you create a good business. Just be honest, be consistent. We are at the end. We made it through. If you watched this whole video, holy smokes, I am tired just talking. But yeah, this has just been in my mind this whole time, and I know I've been rushing through it, but thank you for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, follow my Instagram. Drop a comment. Say, hey, I resonate with this. Hey, I disagree with this. Hey, I'd like to connect with you, whatever it is. Hopefully this helped someone out there. Work smarter and harder. You know, there's that phrase, work smarter, not harder. No, work smarter and harder. And make your dreams come true, man. It's all possible. Just put in the time, the work, and the grind. Keep learning, keep growing. Make it happen. Take action. Let's see it work, Stay committed and you'll get results. Okay. I think I'm done. Thanks for watching, guys. Just a big mahalo, big thank you for everyone who supports me. I just learned so much in starting up this business, and I'm just so grateful for the friendships that I made, the lessons that I learned, and hopefully this video helps you guys as well. So, till next time.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level?